Yeah. Permission to speak. Yeah. Permission to speak. Yeah. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Really. Yeah. Permission to speak. Permission to what? Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Permission to speak. Freely permission to speak. Permission to speak. Freely.
I'm sorry, I wasn't ready. Hey, man. What's happening with you, Chief?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. Just high off that Michael album. That Michael album by Killer Mike, man. Arguably one of the best.
I ain't arguing shit. I ain't arguing.
So what's your stand on it?
I can, man, that's...
What's your stand on it, Low?
I can't even, man. That album, like I told you before, man, I've listened to that shit every fucking day. Now, I started listening to it late. I knew this album came out in June 16th, I believe it was. Been wrapped up in everything, man. Just kind of forgot or neglected to give it a listen. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Other shit come out, I'm listening to that, I'm working on this, I'm doing that, man. Until one day you said, yeah, man, Killer Mike's latest album, Michael. And my brain went, oh, shit. I never listened to this fucking album.
Yeah.
What in the fuck is wrong with me?
The album came out June 16th.
June 16th, like I said, yeah. Mm-hmm. So nigga, I know, 16th. I'll be up on my shit, man.
Fact checking.
The shit just fell through the cracks. It just fell through the cracks for me, man. And when I gave it a listen, man, instant. Sometimes you got to listen to an album and it got to grow on you. J. Cole's latest album, The Off Season, it had to grow on me. Great album, it had to grow on me. Certain songs on there really had to grow on me. 100 Mil had to grow on me. One day, you just got to catch yourself, and man, that shit did not have to grow on me. That shit was grown. First listen. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Are we talking about this? The shit touched me, got me in my feelings, got me wanting to make some more money, got me wanting to fight and shit.
I said I won 100 million. He said think bigger.
Think bigger. That album is dope, man. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me that this album was a thing, man. It just got away from me. That's all.
Yeah, man. It's an album right now, man. I automatically put in my classic section. Yeah. I put that album right up there next to another Atlanta powerhouse Outkast with the Aquemini album, Stank On Your album. But classic albums that you can just listen to. And I actually think, man,
grown man music.
And I feel like what Killer Mike did was not just for the junkies and for the users, man, but I think what he did with the music was give the painful people something to listen to. And he made it soulful. He's speaking about hey, man, the family, he keeping it in the family, is serving family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
speaking about ended up having one of his ladies having an abortion, but then ended up getting her friend pregnant and keeping that baby.
And usually, you see, I'm gonna just stop right there. Usually when you don't hear men talk about abortion,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He touched on that from a man's perspective. And if I would have known your mama wasn't gonna never let you keep it, I wouldn't have told my partners, would have kept that nigga secret. Oh, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about how, you know, an act such as smishmortion, as we call it.
Yeah, the smishmortion clinic.
You know, like how it also affects the guys, man. It's like, damn, man, I can't help but feel like, man, we killed our baby girl. You know what I'm saying?
Or boy, whatever it was.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. You know what I'm saying? But man, just man, amazing now, man. I can't say enough about it, man. But speaking of which, can we go into can we go into a Chief Ali's top five rap albums all time, dead or alive, black or white, Latina, whatever the fuck. You like De La Soul, cool. That's your thing.
Okay. All right, man. I ain't really gave like this heavy thought, but I got albums right now that I play. Michael by Killer Mike is the album right now that's continuously in my tape deck, if you will.
Yeah,
continuously
man.
on.
Every day.
I'm playing
every
it.
Damn day. Man.
It get that hour of my time.
Yeah.
Every day. It get the hour of my time. And as I'm conjuring up the rest of the thoughts for my other artists, I'll go in on the Michael album. It was suggested to me just by Amazon Music, like, hey man, based on the genre of music you've been listening to, which was UGK.
Man, Amazon didn't tell me shit, and I'll be listening to Run the Jewels. Like, why would you not remind me?
I like Run the Jewels.
Why would they not? Go ahead.
Yeah. So that album right now is a classic album, man. But it was suggested to me on there of like, hey man, check this out. Check it out. Like, you might like it based on the albums you've been listening to. You might like it. But that album is grown man music. That album it's not a bad song on there. That album puts me in a feel of like, I'm supposed to sip something. I'm supposed to listen to this. I'm supposed to be able to be like, hey.
And it's a story behind everything. Like, you follow up with a Killer Mike interview and he just giving stories to how he ended up coming up with these songs, or even just a story from a quick verse, like you said, the For the Junkie, that his final verse on For the Junkie. True story between him and his auntie, man.
Yeah,
you know. And let's not forget to mention, man, if you grew up in church, we ain't from the South, but our family's from the South. I got direct connections with Alabama, you know, so that's Southern gospel elements that are all over this album. I remember dropping my babies off at the church nursery. I remember you dropped at the nursery.
Yeah.
Something as simple as that. It just touched me like, man. Yeah, talk that shit, Mike. Like, the gospel elements that are all over the album, it gives it a whole nother feel. That's production. And like we was talking about Good Kid, Mad City, of it being a movie, for me, Good Kid, Mad City is a movie, and Michael is a movie. I can see it. I can feel it. Not just listen to it, not just hear it, man. I can see it, and I understand. I can feel that shit. Dope album, man. Classic. We don't throw that word around. People do. We don't. We not stamping every album out there. Oh man, this shit classic. Drake new album, I mean, I don't even. Drake cool. I don't listen to Drake all like that. I like Drake a lot. You need, you know. Oh my gosh, talking about hits on hits on hits. This man got a greatest. I don't want to say a greatest hits album. If he did, that shit would be fucking 5 CDs. He got an unreleased, like, he got a CD full of just leaked music that you just like, say my name. That shit with James Flauntleroy, fucking Draft Day, songs like that. Like, this shit technically never came out. It was leaked, and it's just great Drake music. But are we throwing classic around on this? Not me. Not I.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think he made a classic album just yet. And I only say that because I am a Drake listener to her.
I'll take that back.
I don't think that I think each one of his albums that he's done, remember I'm a pretty hard music critic.
Yeah.
Each one of his albums is all Drake-esque. It has Drake on there, but I feel like my man is having fun jumping genres.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
I feel like he's having fun jumping genres.
Yeah.
Just
what else? Some Caribbean shit.
Yeah, putting out house music.
Some house and diss rapping shit.
Something for the kids.
Yeah.
Kiki, you love me.
Yeah, man. Some dancing shit. Right foot, left. This nigga just be doing shit.
Just doing stuff, man.
Gotta respect Drake for that.
It's catchy.
But I take that back on the... I'm going to throw this album out that might end up on my top 5 list. I don't know. I'm going to have to put this pen to work real quick. It's the first Drake album that I bought.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Here at Therapeutic Relations Healthcare Services, we provide essential services to essential people. We offer 24-hour residential care, transportation, adult day, and vocational training. We provide a safe and healthy environment that teaches daily living skills while offering activities that stimulate. Our passion goes far beyond the care of our clients. Our staff are highly trained professionals equipped to handle what comes their way. We like to think of ourselves as people-first employers. Accept the challenge and join our team now. At Therapeutic We Care.
And I consider myself still, like, I go buy a CD, but it's got to be something I want to have this in my possession. My godfather actually put me on to this album. What really sold me on it was the way he was displaying the art of it, because he was so pissed that Drake was on the cover of this album just draped in gold and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, he in his 70s now. He's like, Drake, this was years ago, 2011 maybe. He's like, Drake has nothing left to prove. You don't need to be on this album just wearing gold chains and gold rings and da-da-da-da. That's not you. You don't have to do that. Your music, your voice, your ear, you're great. And he was really turned the fuck up and kind of pissed. If you don't know by now, the album I'm speaking of is Take Care.
Oh, wow.
Take Care. In which, by the way, before I even move forward, the gold and shit he was wearing, he had a little gold owl on the desk, like a gold cup. It's some sort of symbolic significance to his artistry and what he wanted the cover to be, but it wasn't what my godfather made me to believe. It wasn't like a showy, flashy gold. It was I really don't know. But that album, dude, from start to finish, I'm gonna go ahead and throw that classic stamp on there for Lay Loe the most. Drake, Take Care, classic. We need to go through a track list.
No. I'm remembering he's sitting at the table. He got the curl.
Yeah, definitely. I had a braid.
And the curl. And then he had like the goblet. I think it was like the gold goblet. But I'm trying to remember, man. So as a fan of Drake's, man, I won't argue with that album being considered a classic by just having 5 or 6. Yeah, the gold goblet and the owl in front of him. Yeah. Take Care. Oh, I needed that.
Dope ass album, man.
Yeah, man.
Never thoughts of suicide. I'm too alive, but I still treat it like it's do or die. Even though dying isn't in the plan, but neither was making it, and here I am.
Which is a very good line. All right, man. So as I'm thinking about it, man, I'm actually kind of going through my playlists and stuff. Just kind of going through my favorite songs and just doing my analytics of that. Seeing how many albums and stuff in here or that's kind of I got downloaded for different things. And I'm going recent, man. I can't go all time.
Yeah, it's hard to reach unless you're talking about a fucking juggernaut of an album.
Give me, and it will differ, but give me like a good week. like now that we talk about it, give me like next episode, I'll be able to say like, all right, I didn't skim through all my.
Throw some out there and we can correct it later.
Okay.
Because when we did our top 5 songs, nigga, I went home like, oh shit, I forgot about that Stevie shit, nigga.
Yeah. And we was just going current.
Yeah,
man.
we can fix it later.
So
we ain't gonna hold you to it.
all right, okay.
Freedom speakers, don't be getting on my man.
Please don't.
Hey man, no, you ain't put no Biggie on there, none of that. We just throwing something out there.
And even as a music person, I know you throw Biggie and we gonna go in it, man. But even as a music person, man, I love Biggie as an artist. However, man, I don't put Biggie in my top 5 just on one notion due to discography. My man doesn't have enough catalog.
Yeah, man. He only
Like,
had
just
one
only got
album
enough
before he
catalog.
died. He ain't even make it to see his own second album.
Yeah, so that's one of them. Like, hey man, in his time, he was here, he shined, he was raw. He still will be hailed as the king of New York. But to be able to put him as like one of the greatest ever, I feel like putting him and Pac in the same boat as like they got cut too soon, way before they prime.
And Pac had
Way
even
before
in
they
his
prime.
young age. We was 24, 25 when he died. And I think about that sometimes, like, damn, I'm damn near 10 years older than what Pac was when he died.
Man, yeah.
When he died, man. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention when we speak about Fred Hampton and shit being only 21.
Yeah, only 21.
It's insane. He was only 21. You know. But what you working on it? You getting it?
Yeah, I was rounding around my last one, man. So Michael is, and my list is normally
No particular order.
Yeah, my list is kind of a little bit of everywhere, but it's kind of more modern music. So Michael is the album that I'm listening to right now. It stays heavy in my playlist. It gets one full revolution every day. The album get one full spin every day.
I put it on with my workout, man.
My next album, just kind of going through, is Freddie versus Jason. That's that Fab and Jadakiss collab. One of the songs that stick out on there.
Sent me that.
One of the songs that stick out on there is a song on there called Soulful. And both of them go in on that song. And it's really just, it's a really gritty song, but like about love. Like, man, we all supposed to eat even from my pantry. The goal wasn't live middle class and drive Camrys. But just, man, he just saying little shit, man. And then Kiss saying certain little lines like, how many owners you know that's still in the field, B? I ain't just rough and rugged. I'm still like, but just, it's Kiss. So, no, but I was like,
Yeah, man.
But it was just kind of hood motivating. And they got a couple other like samples. They got a Harold Melvin sample on there that they do real slick with. So after that, man, that album gets normally a good full play once every 2 days if I get that far down my playlist. Next is The Carters by Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z beat The Carters.
That's a good one.
That's an album wifey and I listened to together back, like just we listened to it the whole way through, and we back and forth singing, and I'm doing my part.
Shit.
Huh?
Beyonce went in on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I like it when she rap.
For real?
Yeah, I like it when Beyonce rap, man. Yeah, man. With Friends, the song Friends. Man. Matter of fact, she wasn't even rapping on that. She was rapping on the one with Pharrell. Nice.
Yeah.
Last name gonna be here forever. I don't know how much of this shit Jay-Z is writing, but fuck it.
It's a collaborative thing, man. It don't matter how much who write, man. It's making music. But
not when it comes to Beyonce, but let you find out somebody was writing for Biggie. Let that shit come out breaking fucking news. We all gonna be just broken hearted like a mother.
I'll say this, man. R&B artists can get away with that. But rap, MCing, master of ceremony.
Yeah, it's your skill.
You have to deliver your own shit. And as a hip hop person, bro, you have to be original.
Yeah.
You can't be biting nobody else's style. So I would feel some kind of way, like you said, somebody said that, but I wouldn't like. I still say, hey man, nigga had to perform, you had to deliver, had to.
Yeah, and that's definitely part of it.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
when it comes down to it, man, when this shit organically came from you, first I lived this. I was able to put this in a music form and say it in a way to where it rhymes and it sounds good, and I'm hitting on points and I'm telling a story like it's you. You know what I'm saying? If you were able to deliver some shit in a dope voice, or I like the way he said that. The same way when Kanye on Through the Wire. Simply's really putting it down. Him saying down that way may have came from somebody else, but Ye wrote that shit.
Yeah.
Instead of just Simply's really putting it down. He could have just said down like that. And because it is the way it was in the video, Jay actually was like, damn. He put his hands like that and then pointed at him like, yeah, that's how you do it. I feel like that was Jay's idea. Like instead of just saying, Simply's really putting it down, say, Simply's really putting it down. And he explained the story. I'm like, it flows. Like, I fuck with that. That sounds better. Did Jay write that shit? No. However, he put an element in there that made the shit. He put a bow on it, if you will.
Then you get like 3% credit.
Yeah, put a bow on it. But go ahead, man.
But yeah, man. So I agree with that. Man. So after that, Freddie versus Jason album, Mama's Gun by Erykah Badu.
You did that's
that album. That's like one of my smoke vibe.
Throwing
albums.
the queen out there like that,
man. I love Erykah Badu's whole musical, being musically inclined. Her whole vibe with her sound is very soulful, very organic, and she's such a lady. And as a man, when I listen to her music, it takes me to a place, especially if I'm in need of a female energy. Her and Jill Scott. Like Jill Scott recently, I've been going back listening to her albums, and it wasn't any album in particular, but she got a song like Crown Royal on Nine. But that's the song I heard, and I'm like, but she talking about sex. Your neck, something, getting right back to you. Yo, in so deep, getting right back to you. I'm oil so leak. But you like, how she talking about?
And
she talking about bumping uglies.
She ain't said nothing about a pussy being wet, sliding shit across the nigga's face, get that head, get that bread and leave. She ain't said none of that shit.
She ain't say her booty hole was brown. She ain't say her vagina pink. She ain't say none of that. But you know.
But she did. But so well.
You knew.
She said everything.
You knew. God damn it. You knew.
Man, y'all need to catch up.
So Erykah Badu and Jill. And I'll say this, Jill more so takes me there than Erykah does. Erykah kind of puts me at ease. Jill puts me in the place of he owns me. He teases me. But she that's all that. Give me some things to think about. But for sure, man, for sure. Man. So I'm gonna go listen to that shit when I go home, bro. But Erykah puts me in that place of like calm and peace. Jill puts me in that place of, hey, I would like my woman to think about me like this.
I'm gonna let you slide. But we did say rap albums though.
We said rap.
We said rap. I think so.
Man, bro,
it's cool. My nigga got 3 R&B albums on there.
She was rapping on there on one song.
Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you slide.
I love Erykah.
Jill spit.
All right.
I'm sure.
She did on that microphone, bro. She was up there.
I want to go say it.
I like Jill, man.
Hey, do that microphone thing on the verses, the virtual verses with Erykah.
Hey, do that thing.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, man. But that their essence of woman. But the Carter album, we talked about that one. That was my other one. I listened to that album completely straight through.
Damn, I think I fucked up. I done put No, it's a rap. It's both. I'm gonna let you hear when it's my turn.
Okay, all right. And then, well, I'll tell you this, man. It's a song on there that wifey and I listen to, man, and it's let me actually go to it. But it's one of them. It's like, hey man, we was at a place in a relationship, and I'm just like, hey man, a modern day makeup song, or you know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah, all that.
Trying to think what the hell the name of this goddamn album. I just was in my list, but Boss is one of the albums on there, man. That's one of the songs I like to hear. Wifey be in her mode, singing and doing her thing, like, oh yeah, I'm a boss, yeah, I'm blah blah blah. But in the notion of, man, she really do be bossing and really do be handling in her shit, man. But man, what's the I think this song is Love. Yeah, it's called Love Happy.
Oh yeah.
He done some things to me. I think that's it.
She hit it harder than that. You done did some things to me. You got it.
Okay.
Love's deeper than the face.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Please tap into me on IG. That's the primary platform. Permission, the number 2_ Speak Freely Podcast. That's permission, the number 2_ Speak Freely Podcast.
Absolutely, straight up. And you can follow me as well. Lay Loe the most at LAYLOE.THAMOS. And definitely follow us, man. Engage with us. Ask us questions. Get engaged, man. Freedom Speakers. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. And we protect y'all as well. Permission to speak.
He's like, y'all can make it with the bag. I had to change the weather.
Ooh. Man.
Move the whole family west, but it's whatever.
Hey, you know what, man? And when it comes, what I really like about that album was J&B really discussing, you know, the shit that we rumor about. We know that apparently there was some drama going on in their marriage during the Lemonade era. Okay, she wasn't spilling the tea; it's lemonade.
It go with tea.
But my man Ho said, nigga, I ain't going to nobody nothing. I ain't going to nobody nothing. Me and my wife beefing. I don't care if the house on fire. Nigga, I ain't leaving. And I'm assuming, I would say I know, but I'm just going to put the assume on there. He was talking about Ye and Kim's wedding.
Yeah.
J&B didn't go to Ye and Kim's wedding. J&B was beefing at the time. Nigga, I ain't going to nobody nothing. I ain't going to no. Hey, yeah, you coming through? I ain't going to nobody shit.
Hey, we ain't right over here.
Like I'm staying in the house, and that's something that we discuss amongst men. Walking out when it's, I won't even say argument time, but discussion time in your relationship and your marriage. Hey, nigga, you can go in the other room. You can leave the room. Nigga, don't leave. Don't just bounce. Don't skirt off.
Hey, space big enough.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Space big enough.
Pretty
like,
sure their house got like 3 zip codes.
Yeah, he's like, hey man, find a corner and claim it. That's what he say, man. Find you a corner and claim it.
Yeah, for real, man. But that was some grown man shit. Nigga, I ain't going to nobody nothing. Me and my wife beefing. I don't care if the house on fire. Nigga, I ain't leaving. Tata take care of my kids after he done grief. You can understand that. We ain't meant to be friends. Hard. Grown man music.
Grown
man rap.
Grown man.
Killer Mike, Jay-Z, grown man music, man. You wrap up the top 5. What you come up with?
Man. My last one is
Damn, I'm forgetting one. Fuck.
And remember, I'm going recent. These my top 5. That's kind of like they get a lot of listen in my from me. My last one is Lil Wayne, No Ceilings.
Oh, that's a mixtape.
That is true, man. It is true. It is mixtape. But I bump it because that was
No ceiling.
That is, wifey and I was kicking it
Okay.
around
Takes you to a time.
No Ceilings. Yeah. I put a radio in her Jeep. I mean, her truck.
Showing your age.
Yeah,
Niggas got Bluetooth now. Nigga, what the fuck you had to put a radio in?
I put the radio head in that joint. She had the Ford truck. I had to take the screen out.
Nigga had to put a little Alpine face on it.
I think I got her I think it was a Pioneer or a Panasonic or something from the Walmart.
I had one of them bitches in my Civic, and my uncle had one in his Cutlass Sierra. He used to pop that bitch out when he got home into the church, so niggas don't go in there and steal it. Pop that bitch out and just put it in and tuck that bitch in there. Niggas go in there and steal your shit.
Nigga, I remember walking through the mall with the detachable face. One nigga Kanye West say, he was like, walking through the mall. You know, I can't even remember the I don't sing along that well with music.
Man, out of nowhere, I miss my Civic, man.
For real?
Yeah.
That was your era?
I wouldn't say that was my era, man, but it was a cool little car, man. A little 04. I got pulled over a lot. I ain't like that part. No reason. but I miss that car, man. Great top 5, bro.
Right. So we'll round it off with, I got Michael, Jason's versus Freddie. Mama's Gun, which is Erykah Badu. I got Everything Is Love or The Carters by Jay-Z and Beyonce. And then Lil Wayne, No Ceilings.
Tight.
That was, I knew it was a mixtape, but
no, it's all good, man. We try to keep the rules light around here.
That's about 3.5, 4 hours worth of music.
Oh yeah, that's a nice little road trip. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. That's a nice, hey man, we gonna go to Chicago, hop on Route 66 and road trip all the way to Los Angeles. We can start with that 5. That'll get us through a quarter of the trip.
Mm-hmm.
Because we stopping and shit. Ain't nobody driving that fucking long straight through.
When we road trips, just speaking of road trip, man, I've been
tripping lately.
I've been road tripping. Wifey even made some shirts that say road tripping when we go out of town.
Hard.
But we actually been taking more road trips, man, especially since I done upgraded to Veronica. That was one of the reasons to, hit the road.
Thanos on the way.
But man, I told Ness I was just having a moment. We on the highway driving. I look in the back seat. Kids done fell asleep. I look over at her. She trying to stay up, smiling at me like, yeah, I'm staying up with you. And I'm just driving, but I'm like, hey, I feel like such a fucking dad right now.
Real shit.
I feel like a fucking dad. I'm loving this shit. Like I just
Johnson family vacation
on the road driving. I got my seatbelt on and shit. I'm overlooking this stuff like, oh yeah, talking about overpopulation. Look at all this land.
Yeah,
I got some houses over there. But I feel.
What's my exit, baby? Pull out the map.
One of them, bro. One of them, man. But I'm loving that. I'm loving living in those moments and falling in love with being a father, being a dad.
Yeah, man.
And though I'll gripe or beat myself up sometimes, like, hey, man, I'm being tough on my kids or I'm doing this and doing that. But I also get to sit in those moments when I'm just reflecting, man.
Yeah. Or when we go, because this is permission to speak freely.
Mm-hmm.
When we go, man, fuck this shit, man. There's moments like that make you go, I'm gonna stay in the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay in the house. I'm gonna stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing out there for me. That's
it
good
really
shit,
ain't,
man. Shit.
I'll tell you this, man. I'll say this, man. So as being a dad and finding my dad lane now was being on road trips and just being a dad, that sits higher to me than being like a bachelor. And at a time, man, I had my stint of just being a bachelor, man, exercising those skills to be able to take care of wifey and take care of business, take care of what's necessary. So I get to live through that again with my sons, especially with KJ, man. He 11. He handsome young man. And he's getting the attention of his peers. So now he's at this point where he's starting to want to care about what he look like, caring about deodorant, his breath, just little things like that, man. So me getting a bi-curious, get to know what's out there for him through my own trial and errors, make me just have a nostalgia moment. I'm saying like, hey man, knowing what all I done built myself up to be, how dare I let somebody who mishandled me prior, or I mishandled them, just shooting fair.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Shooting fair. That I even take that step and go back. If I ever feel like I want to risk anything, I look at my kids. And I don't even, and we gonna talk about this, man. We gonna change it up a little because music kind of help with what we feel. So I can't remember one of these albums, man, but it's a song in there, and it just kind of, I think it was I don't give me the line. I'll figure out what song triggered me to feel the way that I feel.
Yeah, for sure.
However, but we was just talking and rapping one day as men, as G's. And I was hearing their philosophies. But they were stating and when stepping out on their relationship, the insurance plan that they had was, nigga, I need to make sure my next bitch I level up with is bad. That she kind of compares or rivals the one that they with. So if they get caught up, they got a bitch that's kind of like equal to that shit. To me, I didn't agree. Thought that narrative was backwards.
It's a little shallow as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a little backwards. But I looked at it too, like, man, those are like entry level tactics. I stated if you really looking or you know yourself and you just trying to bust a nut, why would you try to go and make number 2 the runner up? Like go fuck really with the runner up.
Yeah.
Like why?
Hey.
Why?
That's true.
If you knowing you really just trying to get a nut, you just go find you a little scud bucket to fuck.
Come dumpster.
That's fine with you just giving her some time, paying a little delinquent bill, getting her some cheap wine. Taylor, pork is preferably the thing now. She get real loose and a little buck wild.
Just a hole for your dick.
Black poetry.
White boys say.
But
just a hole for
my philosophy was real simple and real quick. If you hit you a little scud bucket to hit and you get caught up, you could tell the truth. The bitch didn't mean shit.
Straight up.
She didn't mean shit. She wasn't quality that rivaled you. It was just something that helped me get out this poison juice.
Yep.
Help me get this poison
and
out.
that was something like the question I asked you the other day. Not that we would know. It's just a general question. Do side chicks get upgraded after the relationship goes sour? Or do you just remain in side chick status and then a new chick come in and take that place? Because apparently, not in all cases, but I imagine most, you wasn't worth wifey status.
Somewhere.
You wasn't like, you was lacking something, and I don't even want to put all the onus on the young lady. If this man's preference didn't meet, you didn't meet quite... Does the rotation go up? Okay, number 2 turn to number 1, number 3 turn to number 2, and maybe you got another one hanging out here. You could get on the bus too.
Maybe. So I'll say this, man. I haven't really given no thought to it, like in depth.
Yeah, of course not.
But I'm thinking about it now.
Shoot, that crossed my mind.
Yeah, my gears is going fast now. So I like to lead with, man. I actually feel like most men can handle at least 2 women at least.
Yeah,
most men can handle 2 women at least, and most men get caught up with dealing with, multiple women. If that man is in a committed relationship with a longtime girl or wife, and he is still dealing or has chosen to deal with somebody else, I can't say if that woman gets upgraded or moved or her status changes But what I will say is, vacant. Something will become vacant. Okay, something will become vacant. Seasons happen, rotations happen. So I can't say like, hey man, she gonna automatically get bumped up because she got seniority.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Where like she would hold me down. She been here. Me and Pearl was 78. I got Pearl to 78. We was down there at the post office. They had it on the one spot. Now I was on Orange. It was there first, and then I pulled in. I had a Park Avenue, and I backed in, and I saw her, and she had on the skirt.
Exactly.
But it's one of them like old type, that type nigga.
Yeah, man.
So I say this, man. I feel like having multiple women or a man of a certain status can have multiple women. It's kind of the undertone or looked at like that anyway. When you kind of hold yourself at a value, it's like, you got hoes.
Mm-hmm.
You got a bunch of hoes. I can't fuck with you. You got a bunch of hoes, don't you?
That'd
Like,
be the end.
I got a lot of women. I don't have any hoes. I don't fuck with hoes. Hoes fuck up households. Okay? I don't fuck with hoes. I don't fuck with side bitches. If
Only
I
fuck
had
with
to
hoes,
choose
they got
or
shit to
put a
lose.
name or a phrase, my nigga, give me an old school mistress. Give me the mistress, that like that woman. Not that I'm the side bitch, I'm the sneaky link. I'm just the mistress. The nigga love the mistress too. Like some niggas, some niggas not even man enough to stand up and say like, "Hey, I'm in love with my wife, but I love my side bitch."
A lot of times, the marriage, at least in some communities, the marriage is like the business move.
Yeah.
The mistress is the one, and she may have been one who came through years later. She may be younger. You know what I'm saying? When you say the word mistress, it make me think of like on some JFK shit. That's where my mind goes.
For real?
Yeah.
My mistress is like older. She make you a fish sandwich with some grits and put that big walrus pussy on you and it starts to shit out your work outfit.
I don't know.
My mistress bitch would be an old bitch. Like,
I don't know if the old chick really going for that. Like, youngster, you can get that.
I think if you in our era in 2023, if as 30 plus year old men get some young broad, you gambling with house money. And you gon' lose.
But listen, when I say on some JFK shit, I'm talking 55-year-old man, 35-year-old woman. Not 35-year-old man, 25-year-old. That's get messy. You can't handle all. You can't handle this. Your ass, you want to step out of line? Nah, but give me 35. You know something, you got some sense, and you ain't trying to fuck a good thing up for you.
Mm-hmm.
For you, understand where your benefit come in. You know what I'm saying? And it's, you're a little older, you ran out of options. Bitch, I'm what you got left. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, so I agree with that. I do not knock the age, but I reverse the gender. I am just speaking for myself.
Nah, I'm with you, man.
I wouldn't do a young woman who labels herself as that side chick, that sneaky link, that other bitch.
Hey.
I wouldn't do it just because of just or one of the hoes. Those monikers are a derogatory moniker to me of like what the stigma comes along with that. That's not a respectable other woman term.
None of this shit is respectable.
None of it is respectable, but nigga, if we dealing,
you gonna respect my woman.
You gonna respect my wife.
Straight up.
All right, that's okay. Everything else fucking fair game. But it's like respect my wife. Remember, we still speaking poly.
Yeah.
We're still speaking poly. So just like I say, respect my mama, respect my auntie, respect my grandma. It's respect my motherfucking wife, respect
Man.
this woman, and rest of this shit is food, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, rest of this shit is food. Have at it. Wives is off limits. Don't even look at it. I don't even want the shit up in your motherfucking head, nigga.
So you better not mention my wife. Soon as you say woof, I'll whoop your ass.
All this shit, all your fronts go.
All your fronts out.
You be
Man.
So I say that, man, just as I was a bachelor for a while, and I had a stint of poly, and poly taught me more than just what you think of just like threesomes and shit. It's sex, but who ain't having sex? You know what I'm saying? But it's more skill and tact of communication, honesty, trust.
Yeah.
Things that kind of seem to be the hiccups in monogamous relationships still. And this relationship is, you practice it of, I'm attracted to her and her. I would like to take care of both of you. I would like to deal with you both, and not now. If the issue isn't with me because my honesty freed me. Yeah. Now is this a problem between you two? And most of the time, it's kind of like, bitch, you stay over there. But it's all kind of variations.
Yeah, for sure.
People, family, just like but remember, poly means family, man. Like in the most simplistic way it can be put in.
We make it immature. When I say we, I mean just social media. It's big in the conversation, the public conversation now. People's being asked the question, what do you think about a polyamorous, or the umbrella of poly? I'll just leave it at that. This poly, a lot of different ways and types come under that. But
poly,
we make it immature. Like it's even on TV now. You know what I'm saying? My poly life or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that still even got a motive and narrative. Yeah. But poly, people, population, compared to monogamy, mono, one, single, you know. We don't die, we multiply, we baby as kids. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to.
Did you know that was Marcus Houston?
Where?
The main little dude.
No, I did not know.
That was Marcus Houston.
That's dope. Nah, it's fucking
that nigga
fact,
been around for a long time. And we can put I put the legend stamp on Marcus Houston if nobody else would. That nigga's a legend.
Let's get naked.
Jamaica's son. That was Jamaica's son, but that was Marcus Houston.
Yeah, I
Marcus
got you.
Houston, immature.
So I'll say this, man. As we talked about the JFK and the Marilyn Monroe. Remember, she was 35, 36?
Yeah.
Say as a man, I'm 35, 36. I wouldn't deal with the 24, 25. I wouldn't deal. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't deal with the 21.
You ain't learned.
They ain't calloused enough.
Yeah.
I would go for that 55-year-old lady who still cook from scratch and all her kids gone. She still go to church and she go to them free lines at the church and get food. She do her own pedicure sometime unless her daughter come get her and take her out.
But is she with it though? I know that's what you'll go for, but is she with it? In mass, I ain't talking about just one. It's one out there, we know.
Most of them with it. Most of just keep it in mind, bro. We speaking free, man. Most of them at this age now, and I'm just speaking my own truth, man. Like I'm a therapy with you. I'm gonna send me an invoice, man. I'm gonna pay you for your time.
Speak freely.
But this is my therapy session. All right. So since I was a kid, man, or in my juvie age, I've always had attraction to older women, and older women always had an attraction to me. I even hear from my grandmother of like, hey man, you always been mature. Like you had like a maturity about you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, cool. To women my age or my generation, I was too intellectual outside. I was too creative and dynamic that I was a little different, but I was always weird. I was always like, he cool, but he cool. So the older women seem to be the ones that always gave me the attention. Like, hey, little young man. Hi, ma'am. Hey. How you doing?
Yeah, that's Kim boy.
Yeah, man, but it was that. So in the age that they at now, knowing women, I'm still learning women through the women around me, my wife, so on and so forth. But though those women are older, everything still work, bruh.
Shut your ass up.
And they come with a huge level of understanding. Hey, I know you important, baby, and you got them children and they need you. And you got your lady, and I'm proud of that. And you hold that together, So what I did was I packed you a little bit of lunch so she don't need to cook you nothing. And when you get home, and you can just go do what you need to do for them when you get in there. But before you leave, I'm gonna put something on your belly and I'm gonna put something on your mind. So I want you to have a seat real quick. I'm gonna help you out, and then you can go ahead and go about your day, baby.
Put something on your face.
But it's a level of convenience of you tell that young lady you being responsible, she turned off. You tell that older lady you being responsible, she turned on. She impressed. You know what? I'm throbbing for you.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that, man. You wrap that up pretty bad. I'm with you.
So that's just me. If like, hey, man, for what we doing is impressive.
Yeah,
it's impressive to our generation and the one previous. The ones younger to us ain't lived long enough to really know.
We lame as fuck.
We lame. We our titles is probably why they attracted.
Corny, we corny as fuck.
Now we handsome. But if I told her like, hey man, I'm a night shift manager at McDonald's, I run the district. I'm like, McDonald's, like, bitch, I said I'm the manager. She's like, he's at McDonald's though.
I'm like, bitch, I'm clearing $80K.
Easy. And I got a company car.
Man, I heard something interesting, man. I forget who I heard say this, man, but it was a young lady who tweeted something. This influencer was quoting a tweet, and she said, I'm tired of the dope boy / kingpin, Fortune 500 CEO me, please. Like it ain't nobody in between.
Mm-hmm.
Doing the right thing, making 80, 100, 120, 150K.
Good eating, man.
Who fucking doing the goddamn thing. You ain't got to worry about putting nothing in your vagina. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing in between. Either rich dope boy or rich CEO. But the rest of these niggas is invisible to you.
And that's that 90-10 split.
Oh, definitely.
That's the 90-10
definitely.
split.
And the 90, let's be clear. That 10%, that 1%. We'll keep it at 10 for the sake of your argument. 10%, you talking, $100,000 if we talking money. You know what I'm saying? Only 10% of men make over $10,000 a year, and that's all men in America.
10,000 or 100,000?
Or 100,000.
Okay.
I apologize. 100,000. 10,000. That would be crazy.
I would say, man, that number, it'll be reversed.
JoJo!
It's niggas making at least 10 bands.
Yeah, you get that.
It's
like, I think, but yeah, 10% of men clearing $100,000. All the rest of these niggas is straight up invisible to you. You ain't got nothing to do with him because he ain't a dope dealer and he ain't the CEO of a Fortune 500. That nigga sell cars and he the man at that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling in 150, get his bonus checks and shit. Got a nice dope ass crib. Got him a car himself. Could get you one.
Hey, baby, this bank fuck with people fucked up credit. Baby, go credit fuck up. We get you though. I can get you though.
Don't give a fuck about none of these dudes. They just want top street nigga. And then we can speak on this. You can't handle the CEO nigga.
You cannot.
The CEO nigga don't want you.
No.
Let me say, the CEO, he don't want you. He gonna turn you down. He might fuck you.
Yeah.
Like he may play with you. He may let you think you got a shot if you can get in the room. You probably can't get in the fucking room, baby. Make your standards more realistic. Let's be real here. There's some good niggas out here, man, bruh. It gets so wild, man, when it comes to these, man. I pulled up some lyrics real quick, man. I want to read these. Going back to the topic you were discussing, man. I'm gonna sing a little bit right now. She my number one. I don't need nothing on the side. Said that I was done for good and don't want no more lies. But my phone be blowing up temptations on my line. I stare at the screen a while before I press decline. But she plants a seed and it still lingers in my mind. Told myself I'm strong enough to shake it and I'm trying. But I'm only human, I know loving you's a crime. If I take this cookie now, one day I'll do the time. Slip me a Zanny at once, somebody. I got that earth in the blunt smoke. I get to skirt when I want. I get to skirt when I want.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You are listening to Permission to Speak Freely, broadcasting from Cleveland, Ohio, 216, home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Guardians. Go Tribe!
Bars, man.
If
Bars.
you don't vibe with Kevin's heart, you ain't living enough, bro. You ain't taking enough risk. You ain't taking enough risk.
That shit right there, grown man music.
That right there, that song, one is a dope song. Kevin Hart playing himself in the video.
Yeah, because he just went through his shit with his wife.
Yeah, went through his shit, but he handled it marvelously.
Like 5 months earlier. It was still fresh.
Yeah, still fresh, man. Still still fresh in the world.
Yeah.
And fresh in their relationship. Like, I feel mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm mad at you, Kevin. Bitch, I said I was sorry. Like, I moved this west. Remember, like Jay-Z. But, so I'll say this, man, when it comes to women, man, and I always find myself in a position where I bat for women, man. I love women. I think a trauma of mine is I bat so heavy for women is like, because, man, I've seen my mama and my aunts and my grandmama and my sisters like, hey, man, they deserve a good nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They deserve a good nigga, man, even if they did beat up the nigga that was good. Beat that nigga ass. But they deserve one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it puts me in that place, but I'm more of a realist than an idealist.
Yeah.
Okay. So the real I'll get to see, not with just them, but just with some women in different generations, whatever narrative that was in the world is what was pushed and kind of what's in their mind. In my grandmother's era, it was, hey, man, get you a man. It's hard out here. We can't really get, no good jobs, so on and so forth, man. You better get a man any kind of way you can, even if you got to kind of steal one or kind of borrow one. You know what I'm saying? You better.
Ain't enough niggas to go around.
But it's always been that. It ain't enough good ones that want to sign up.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that notion was, man, get a man. And you was kind of praised of, you got a man who work. He got a pension. He got benefits, and he black. Oh, he don't hit you like not yet. At least
That was part of the deal. Sometimes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them like you got praised.
Yeah,
the kind of
man.
next generation was, party.
Yeah.
Kick it.
Might have a man, but I ain't listening to him.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm out doing my own thing. I got some freedom, which is great and cool. However, that's not the argument I want to make of you can't do whatever it is that you want to do. I'm in support, and most men are in support of what it is that you want to do. However, when logic is added to it and just bouncing an idea off of somebody, and it's like, babe, you really feel like jumping through some fire hoops in the rain is like safe, but it's gonna be lit for the gram. Like, I know it's gonna be lit for the gram. I'm not arguing that, but bitch, you know how dangerous that shit the fuck is. But just putting logic in that in my little skit of example, if you will. If you can't handle correction, it kind of shows in that conversation. It kind of shows of like, hey man, I'm not knocking what you're trying to do, but I'm trying to give you other views. If you can't respect my view and you just want me to agree with your view, you really didn't want my view. You really didn't want it. You really just...
You wanted me to tell you what you wanted to hear. You wanted me to confirm what you already thought or what you already wanted to do. You didn't want my opinion.
You wanted an audience.
Yeah.
You wanted some cheers and
You
fans.
wanted a spokesperson.
It was like, nope.
You wanted a co-signer.
Pretty much, man. Now you selling cars.
Yeah.
But I was like, that is a trait that is it's difficult to maneuver around.
Yeah.
What's very attractive is somebody that you can create with and blend with, and you can share each other's ideas and be able to expand what is already there compared to like, no, this shit right.
Yeah.
Right. Wrong.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you just hating. It's ugly. Like, it's ugly.
Man.
Oh, you just mad. But being able to say, well, you know what? Okay, so what do you think? You know, you got some solutions? You know what? I did think about this. Or, you know, if you do move that, can you move that for me and show me, demonstrate? Opens it up of, yeah, baby, I got you. Look at me move this chair over here.
Oh, yeah.
Or but just it expands it out and you get to hear compared to you getting that's a form of just being dismissed.
Yeah.
Being shut down. So it's like, man, you know, whatever. But I feel like as a man, most definitely her being able to hear you out was a part of like that leadership thing in the relationship. And most men have leadership qualities. That 10% that's taking those risks and calling those shots and really moving the world. Remember, that 10% is the world movers. All right. They having a lot of conversations of fate about that other 90%.
Yeah, this is true.
And keeping in mind that 90% is great people that they're taking care of, man. These are the people who still are making the 50, 60, 70, 80,000, even 90, even other $100,000 salaries that are still a part of the growth that was going on. They're just on the ground floor of things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
That man that has that mindset, and I'm speaking about myself of being in that 10%. A man who has that certain mindset does not have time to burn daylight. Does not have time to be dealing with uncertainty, unsurety. You ain't being able to come up with the idea or make the decision. You swaying and weighing too back and forth, man. You become the feds.
Yeah,
can't do that. So
Man.
we'll put it in the realm of we'll take it outside of business, but we're using the same tactics and principles. You a business-minded type of man. You a hustler. You making things move. You used to kind of getting shit shaking on a certain time frame, certain pace. You dealing with somebody that's kind of, I don't know you all the time. I ain't sure. Let me get back to you all the time. You feel like that, you going to keep that in rotation? You going to feel like that's healthy to your growth of what you're doing?
nah.
You feel like that's where you going to put some time there when it ain't even no exchange of communication beyond it's still in the idea phase. You'll come see me, I don't know. You'll come see me, I don't know.
Yeah.
Compared to like, nigga, I'm here. Will you dropped your ad? Where you at, daddy?
That's what you're gonna put your time into.
Yeah. That the one that's showing up. So in the business, the one that's showing up, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. That's the person who gets the time. The students that come to class and the student that wants to learn and pay attention to the teacher, that's the one the teacher focuses on. That's the one. Like that, and you gotta mourn the potential that's lost in the others if they not showing up, if they not there putting in. It gets competitive out here. As we talk to our wives and have our conversations of realignment with them, like, hey man, my mindset is probably for family, for growth and things like that. But I also understand that, hey, I don't want to really do that in the romantic realm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no nigga stuffing my wife, just like my wife don't want me thrusting up on no other. She be getting mad at me, beating me up. I had a dream. I had a dream.
Ram some clam.
Oh, my motherfucking God. What you dream about, nigga? What you
Don't get it out.
You was like slow dancing with somebody. But she have a little
The host
dream.
that Red Lobster.
And I'm like, babe, you really mad?
You like that bitch, not me.
Yeah, I'm like, you mad because you wasn't there. You was just watching. You ain't in your own dream.
I'm trying to sink in your brain. Let me see what I was doing.
But one of them like, One of them like, I'm mad at you because I thought about you did something. I really was fucking pissed at you, nigga. And I'm just sitting there dumbfounded doing goofy shit. Like, you really mad?
That shit can also happen, like, even outside of a dream. That shit could also happen, like, let's say, bruh, let's say I'm listening to some music. The music that's promoted, you know, the female artists, rap artists especially, that we got displayed and really pushed out there is our leaders in female rap. The message is to grown people, like grown ups. It's like, this shit used to be so much better. Y'all dope, y'all can spit, but the message, it ain't their fault. It's what they want to push out into the community. But if I'm listening to this shit and I'm just hearing they telling stories how they played this nigga, fuck this nigga, went back and made him eat the pussy, it's like, I get to think about I wish my bitch would do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, fuck you up. It's like,
being scandalous.
I ain't even do that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how to scam, babe.
Yeah.
But you lie, bitch. You not a fucking lie.
Right. But you had my wallet. You took my wallet. You took a picture of me when I was holding my card up. I flipped it over because I was typing in the numbers. You took a picture of me and you got my numbers off my shit, didn't you? Give me your phone.
But you know I don't trust you.
Give me your phone. Man, I saw one where, let's say you hand the cashier, they had a shit recording like this behind the register. That'd be 1776, please. Shout out to the USA, random number. Give me your card. Okay. They hold your card in front of their phone. You know what I'm saying?
Just enough time.
Chip that shit. Not even enough to do nothing, but they have the numbers and shit recorded. Go back and watch the video. 4846 9971. Writing down your information. They probably flip that bitch, get a security code, maybe even a name off that bitch. Got your ass.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? You get your card to the waitress and shit, and they go back there and take a picture of the front and the back of your shit. I ain't trying to get no ideas. I don't do this shit, but I've heard. So this is just me putting the message out. Beware.
Beware.
Beware. These niggas and bitches ain't shit. And scamming is at a all-time high.
Scamming is a heavy career. And you find a lot of it's men and women who scam. They got all kind of different scams and schemes.
They send the men to the women, they send the women to the men.
Oh, yeah. So I'll tell you this, man. And part of the scamming is, I'll tell you this, as we bringing it back full circle, I think the narrative that's pushed a lot of times that you get to see, or at least the people I see on social media, they push a negative narrative, poly. They promote sex and satisfaction over family. And I feel like when the women or the men that push poly for sex and satisfaction, those are the women or the men that I feel like, hey, that's that man that he need to tell you he love you to lay on your couch so he can be with you. Or that woman who feel like, hey, she can tell that you sexually deprived and all she gotta do is kind of fuck you a little bit and cry wolf, and she can reel you in, especially if she can kind of put some leverage on you, like, I tell your bitch, I tell your wife, bitch, you be Kurt and Rashida. But I think Kurt really loved her. You know what I'm saying? But another topic.
Shout out to Kurt and Rashida for us.
But that kind of plays his part in it, man. So you get to see the man lie about him being able to take care of the women, or you get to see that the women lie about really being okay with that you having or dealing with other women.
Yeah.
And it's the notion is not y'all, like it's supposed to be for y'all. Bringing other people in on even just a monogamous thing is like, it's already difficult enough to get a blend with just two. But bringing in another person, and that person is only there, like their level of relief, their level of relief is generally promoted through sexuality.
Yeah.
Not a relief of, hey man, I can come through and really do the tedious things, some tedious tasks. I can, clean up a little bit here, there. I could kind of, prep food. I could, just things that were really kind of, and that 10%, they probably got a nanny. They probably got a housekeeper, most definitely. If some, or a lawn keeper, a pool boy.
That 1% for sure.
Most definitely that one. Somebody in there got that. I'm pretty sure. You hear stories all the time about that desperate housewife fucking the pool boy. Because
a lot of times in the upper they have agreements in their marriage to where the woman, like the man so big, and he know, but that shit come with rules. Don't get fucking pregnant. Don't have no diseases. You can fuck with who you want, but there be some shit going on in the upper. Yeah, they be.
It's all negotiable.
She can go on and get hers.
You
know, I'm too busy. I got to go out of town, and he taking his assistant to Hawaii with him.
Yeah. So man, me and my uncle was talking about this one day. My Uncle Dale, shout out to my Uncle Dale. And we was just talking about powerful men.
Yeah.
And not just powerful in your position of like work or whatever, but powerful as you can command things. You know what I'm saying? You can control the room or whatever. You got a good way with people, whatever it is. And he was like, man, do you know why most powerful men screw like the maid, the secretary, the front desk chick,
the assistant.
I'm like, no, man, why?
Why they do that?
I've never done these things, so I don't know. But I'm like, nigga, why, man? Go ahead, give me your philosophy, give me your theories. You're like, man, most of these women play a position of servitude. They all play a level of hospitality of doing what this man is asking, what he needs. And to a man, I remember wifey saying to me one time, like, hey, nigga, it shouldn't be that easy. And I'm like, and I'm sorry to tell you that it really is. It really can be that easy. It really can be that easy of getting caught up in just your own shit.
Yeah.
Getting caught up in your own shit.
A lot of times, I'm gonna say this really quick. I imagine it not to be selfishness or greed involved in this. However, it's just the factor of, yes, sir. That shit is just naturally attractive. Now, you get to the point where you need to shoot your shot, and it can go up or it can go down. And the go down is the good part. Or bad, depending on how you look at it.
Terminology.
I think you get
terminology.
But no, man, and I think that's important for a lot of people in relationships to understand. Like, we ain't never fully gonna understand each other. We never gonna understand each other as much as we want each other to understand each other.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to understand you 90%? Okay, I'm probably only gonna get 70% of this shit. I might have a good day. Oh, I'm tapping 80. But no, I hover around 70. It's never gonna be 100.
Yeah, now you've been through something.
Yeah.
What you need is different now.
For sure. Oh my gosh. When the shit come with like age, nigga, if you've been in a relationship with a woman since you was 22, nigga, by the time you 35, you don't need the same shit.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Even from a woman's perspective, you don't need the same shit. You need more back rubs. It hurts.
Your ankles getting swollen now because you making soul food like your mama did.
Yeah, like I need something different. Hey, man, let's cut some of this sodium out your grandmama's recipes. Mm-hmm. It's delicious. I love it. Let's cut some out.
Can we drink almond milk?
Yeah, you soft. But no, man, it's a continuous thing, man. It's a continuous thing.
Do you feel like you as the man, knowing like yourself and knowing, hey man, that you're married, do you feel that what you and your wife is building and what y'all doing is like it will really last?
Oh fuck!
Like not beyond just like more than just what you building in the world.
No,
But one of those
get you.
like, I want a Mika and Von kind of love.
Yeah.
Like the kids, like I want that. I want to
Fuck
model
yeah.
myself
Fuck yeah.
after that.
We talk about that actually pretty often now. We recognize that in our generation, I just put it at say like just the generation that we went to school with, our graduating, when we graduated high school, from relationships that we're able to keep in touch with folks through the social media. So we know who's married, who ain't together no more, who's fucking with who just got a baby together, they don't get along. Oh shit, they was beefing because so we know we're able to, we all talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we recognize that a lot of, forget marriage, just relationships in our generation ain't panning out.
Yeah.
So I feel, even beyond just the love I have for my wife and wanting to be with her, I feel a sense of responsibility to hold it the fuck down for my generation, for my like age group and my family. You know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned to you on the last episode, we are not marrying at the race that we should be. Married ain't the goal for a lot of people. Marriage ain't the goal for a lot of people. At least not yet. For a lot of, by the time they do make marriage a priority, it gets to, you're going to be trying to scrounge for a nigga, and them standards better be reasonable.
Yeah, hey, so man, I'll say this,
Wish
man.
you would be 45 looking for a nigga with no kids. Is you crazy?
Man, do not let social media, do not let somebody who's heartbroken convince you that being married is not the goal. Okay? Do not let them falsify to you that being married is not a real live commitment type of thing. It's one of the biggest disciplines, man. And for even the people who feel like, man, it's just a piece of paper, it was like so is a living will. So is your paycheck. So is like
your birth certificate.
So like, man, don't do that now. Like, don't do that. So I give you this, man. A young lady that I used to counsel and talk to a little bit. She kind of gave me this sour view of marriage, and me being a married man, still hearing her view of marriage being askew and nasty and blah 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 blah. Yet, man, I'm counseling her in the place of, she feels prideful to be the other woman and can be like, I know how to play my position, how to play my role.
Yeah.
As most of them all says, you know, so it's just a vague kind of thing. Most of them, I can play my position until you gotta button up and your feelings get hurt, or the deck got cut and your card wasn't the one that was pulled. You, as we say, I was being responsible. All right? Dealing with you is irresponsible. If it ain't the time nor place to handle this, then it ain't gonna be. And you don't hold no right nowhere for me to have to explain anything to you, because, hey, if you in your position and you know and you understand, then you understand.
1,000%.
Somebody who done been through life, who 55, who can make some beans and rice for you and saute it with some cornbread, hot water cornbread from scratch. Starch the shit out your jeans with that Niagara starch.
Mm-hmm.
Press the fuck out that motherfucker. Got to put you a little, you smelling like a goddamn car freshener when you go to work.
Your
man.
legs, nigga.
You, man, belly on full, dick on drain, clothes on fresh, mind on focus. And she like, go be responsible, baby.
That's the shit.
That young bitch, you know, I want 10 wings, flat, hot sauce, ranch, loaded fries, and you better get me some Popeyes too, bitch.
I said I want them new J's. I want them. Take me shopping.
And this is how domestic violence starts. Like, okay, like, I'm not a fan of domestic violence. However, you still, man, some of my family, that's women, beat niggas. They still on niggas. So I've been a man that been stole on by a woman. So it's like, hey,
fuck that.
Hey, shake the shit out you. Like, don't do that, man. But hey, that older lady ain't gonna beat your ass. Cause she it ain't the time or place for her. She gon' catch you and hurt your feelings just on some like, I forgot to do some shit for you that I know you like, nigga, and now you missing out because I'ma starve you of something.
Man.
She ain't gonna flatten your tires. That's young, nigga. I've took some risk in my life. Remember, it's my therapy session. So, nigga, came out my mama house, tire slashed. And I am a stickler of tires, bro. I'm a stickler for tires because my first car accident in my Crown Vic.
I remember you had the racing tires on this.
Yeah, bro.
These racing tires.
Nigga, I thought I was the shit, nigga. But I got the racing joints because it was my first car and it was a rear wheel drive. And the salesman guy was really good. He was really nice. He promoted me like, yeah, you need these because, hey, this is your first? Oh, bucko, you need this. Come on, come on over here. So he got me, but I did like the performance. But when she slashed them joints and when she slashed them, I'm getting pissed now, man. So I'm conjuring up this old shit I shouldn't think about.
Man.
But
you done been through many a time.
Slashed my shit. I had to go get some used tires from a little spot. I ended up getting into an accident because the tires bald as fuck. And then the insurance guy came out there like, yeah, of course you couldn't stop. Look how fucking bald these tires are. Like the adjuster claim guy, whatever it is. He like, man, yeah. He was like, yeah, I just couldn't stop. He like, fuck it, of course.
Nigga got a car full of Ray Allen heads. Nigga so bald as a bitch.
Sitting there, man, just like, hey, that's when I learned, like, hey, yeah, you lost this one, guy. You lost this one. Like, just them coming out looking at your tires. If your tires is bald, they're like, yeah, the accident is likely on you. They're like, nigga, your tires ain't even safe. Yo, how you claiming somebody couldn't stop? How you look like the nigga that couldn't stop. But it was that I learned that, man. But girl came through, fucked up my tires at my mama house. I was staying back with my mama. Nigga, my mama see the bitch riding down the street. Like, she come and check me. Yeah, you want these fucking crazy ass bitches at my goddamn house. You need to be checking your motherfucking hole, get these bitches in line and shit. I'm like, that's a poly relationship. Another woman cussing me out because another woman cussing me out and doing the fuck she wanted to do.
Mommy, I ain't even do nothing.
For real, like, you said I could stay here. You said I could stay here.
His grandma's house.
But, bro, so I just, hey, man, just young, wild, and free.
Young, wild, and free.
Wiz Khalifa shit. Young, wild, and free.
Young, wild, and free.
But I enjoy the perks of, so I'll say this, man. I enjoy the perks of being a man. I was saying this to myself. It came to me in my meditation the other day. That's something I want to coin. That's where a lot of my great thoughts come from in my meditation, man. But
sure. Share with us.
In my meditation that day, I felt really good to be a man. I felt really good to be the man that I am, that I'm developing and researching and developing myself to continuously be, and I'm never finished. Mm. But I got a chance to taking a moment just at that 4 a.m. stroll through the crib, looking at my children, looking at the house, looking at my wife, looking at my property, looking at some of the work I done did around the house, looking at some work I need to do. But just sitting in that moment basking like, man, I remember living in my car. I forget a lot of shit walking through 3,100 square feet of living space every day. But just like, that's a big testimony to me. Then I remember not having no kids. Mm. Then I get to hear them in there fucking snoring and shit, sucking in the walls. Was they calling the hogs home? But I'm like, them my goddamn babies, man. Yeah, man. And then just get hit with that nostalgia, how they got here. Like, damn, man, like, you done been on a journey, bruh. Then I go back to just go sit in my little man cave and I look out there and be like, I remember when this bitch looked abandoned. But just, I'm getting hit with nostalgia. I'm getting to just be glad to be a man. what I've developed myself to be, of the respect that I've gained in the world, the relationships that I've built with people, the trust that I've built with people, the relationships that I've broken and rebuilt, the relationships that just needed an apology, the relationships that needed acknowledgement. They needed to be known that they were seen and they were felt, and it really but all of these things, man, I'm checking my cell phone and I'm understanding my cell phone, and I'm getting to be thankful of, like, hey, man, it could have all been worse.
For sure.
It could have all been worse, man. But what I'll do is I'll take that and lead that into a prayer for the night, man. Very spiritual person, very deep thought, poetic type brother, man.
For sure, man. Take us on home.
So when I pray to God, y'all in here with me. I ain't with y'all. Y'all with me. Y'all with us on Permission to Speak Freely podcast.
For sure.
And this is how we talk to the powers that be. Insert your own God. Hey, God, man, just wanted to let you know it's your godson again, coming to talk to you. And just be thankful, man, and just vent to you, and just sit in this moment of reality and existence, and know I'm measuring myself and my growth and the team that we've built, and just speaking for myself and others that kind of identify with the journey of remembering where we came from and where we going, man, and who coming with us and who believes in us, and who we really doing it for, and why we doing it, man, and who we've had to let go and who's come along, and the pain that comes with growing, and the pain that comes with sharing, and the pain that comes with losing, and the pain that comes with just giving, but just through our mercy and through our grace, man, we still thankful through all things through you. I'm not here to question, man. You know how I get with you. I'm just here to be thankful. Just here to be thankful, because it could have all been so worse. It could have been worse, man, and you know it. But I ain't think you built this journey to be a journey for me to have it end anytime soon. And you know my view of my work that I do every day, man, is what I can do when I can do it before you call me home. How much I can put in, but. Thank you for the opportunity to put my left foot forward and trample down evil, and let the world know I'm here and what we doing and what we trying to do, and building something that's a catalog that can be looked back, and our children can look at this, and we setting examples, and we sacrificing ourselves, which is one of the biggest things of a leader, is just putting yourself out there, man. So you know I can go on, God, man, but I holler at you, when I'm hollering at you, just on my dolo. You know how we do. I'll roll up one and talk to you, or roll up a few and do how we do. But all praise to you, to the universe. Insert your own God as you please. That's my prayer.
Amen. She definitely appreciate that, man. Freedom Speakers, thank y'all once again. Listening to another episode. Thanks for hanging in there with us today. We appreciate y'all, man. Be sure to follow us on our social media handles. For Chief Ali, I'm Lay Loe the most. Permission to Speak.
Flight 807 approaching runway 7 Bravo.
Keep me from all evil. Lord, would you keep me as I travel down this road? Lord, keep me from all evil. Lord, keep me as I travel down this road.